based on the things that I'm seeing happening now and then tracking back. Uh-huh.
It just makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That, like how you said it, say it. Just
No, I'm saying that a man is a creature. It's a creature that has never been given a chance to fully discover itself.
mm. Hence, we are all creatures.
Hence, we are all are creatures.
Mm.
It's known broadly that what woman is capable of. I do not know if this goes for women too, but I believe it might go for women too because we all came to this world. I only know that I came through the woman, and I only know again that the woman also come through another woman. I cannot track this back and know how it begins, how it came about, but I'm talking about what I know
Yeah.
now, you know. But I'm tracking back, excuse me, as history is concerned, and I'm looking at the behavior of a woman, and I'm also looking at the behavior of a male.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I come from the woman. That's the only thing I know, not anything else. And now I'm this creature coming to this coming from this other creature that do not look like me. Now I am trying to find myself. Who am I? But I can only find that
Through something that looks like you,
through something that looks like me
or that has features like you.
or that has features like
So
me.
that's how you can learn how to use the strength,
The strength.
the features, and
Yes.
everything that you have.
Yes.
But because hence it's you come from someone that looks direct opposite of what you actually are.
Now I need to find myself.
Yeah. Shucks. That's the truth.
But now to find myself, all the things that I'll be doing, remember, I'll be learning from this something that do not look like me.
Yeah, what do you actually learn?
And now what do I learn? So whatever that this creature that is teaching me, I need to believe it, but because that's the only thing I know.
Mm.
But now I don't know, according to what I'm seeing and according to how I understand myself psychologically, there are a lot of unconscious thoughts that are never been displayed and put on practiced because they're already being compromised by an old teachings that come from the creature which created you.
Mm.
So even if it's not there, even if but you can feel it, but it's not there, no one is doing it.
Mm.
Because I've learned that somehow we don't learn by what we are being taught, but we follow what we see.
True.
We learn easily when we learn from things that
Observe.
when we observe.
Mm-hmm.
There are these silent thoughts that are in all humans.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so because I come from the woman and I believe that he also carries the same mind as I do. Everything has a mind, and this mind, these brains are always operating, they are always working. There are things that are there because now you don't see somebody else doing it. You tend to believe that it's just a thought,
Mm. It's just information.
it's just information
Theory.
in the thought, but it's not expressed.
Mm. True.
And I believe by that not being expressed, you're suppressing it,
Mm.
you know. I don't know, I've observed this so many times that when somebody has started to do something that is not common in other people's eyes, they begin to do it until they are getting used to it. Once
someone else follows.
Yeah, someone else follows, and then everyone begins to follow. But how many of other things that we have been suppressing through our existence?
Shucks. That we were told and never did.
No one, some other things we were taught, but some other things are in our brains, but these things have never been expressed because of the teachings, because there are no teachings like that to follow. I don't know, maybe we've limited ourselves so much, because I believe these brains, it has so much, to offer to our own selves, because I believe that at the end of the day, it's for us to be free and to be happy. And we can only achieve that through how we are thinking, because how we are thinking, it's what the how we are thinking, it's how can I put it, indlela ocabanga ngayo ibonakala ngendlela owenza ngayo. How you are thinking, we can see it through your actions.
True.
But now you find that there are things that you are doing, you personally, again, they do not excite you, they do not make you happy. That means your thoughts are not producing anything that gives you that satisfaction or happiness or desire that you are looking for. Because through your actions, your same actions, when you looking at them, you yourself, again, you are not
satisfied,
you are not happy. Now you again, we've been making excuses because we took these practices and passed it on to other people, and we wanted to correct them through these other people. Hence, I believe we end up wanting to control these people to do in a different manner that we are not doing. So now we're teaching, we are not showing. Because I believe everything, as I'm observing, even with the other creatures like animals, we learn by what we see, we follow the lead. But who is leading? I came to this world through the womb of the woman, so that is my leader. So if a woman do not give me a chance to discover myself, I will grow up believing that is who I am. Whatever thoughts that I have in my mind, I cannot express them because there is no place for them, because I need to follow the lead
of what is seemed to be right from the leader. What about your own self?
What about my own self?
That is actually there. You can't just cancel your own self. Cancel discovering yourself. It doesn't just fade away.
It doesn't fade away.
Because hence why a lot of men, they are clothed with so much information. They're bottled up with so much.
Cloth, the blood that do not move.
Yeah, it's like you're bottled with all these things because you never given the chance to discover yourself.
Yeah.
And then some of them come out in a funny
way. So whenever you find that moment to do so, now things become aggressively. Instead, it's overwhelming.
Some of them do it too much.
We ended up doing it to the extent that now you are no longer even having the not control specifically, but that excitement you had in the beginning, you do not enjoy it at the end. You cannot carry it with you daily.
So here you are born, and then like you're saying, you're a creature, and you're born through the womb of a woman. You come through a woman, and this woman is supposedly your leader. It is your leader. Yeah, for sure. And then she leads a man. A woman leads a man, like you're saying, with
and she's leading this creature to where
that she doesn't even know
she
herself.
doesn't
You don't even see what she's leading, because you don't pick up what you are in her. She's also just your mother.
She's also amused.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Me too.
She's also amused by this creature.
Yeah,
because it comes from her womb,
and it's different,
and it's not something that she knows.
It's not something usual. It's better to raise like a woman, like
she doesn't have to raise a woman. A woman raise himself because the woman follow the leads
and see.
Yes.
Hence why even when you grow up and now you have the so-called freedom, now you are in a marriage or you are in a relationship, and then I think that's like a platform where you now discover yourself. Right?
Where in marriage?
Yeah, I get like now you are with your leader still in the household.
Who's your leader?
Your mother.
Oh, the man is in marriage.
Yeah, and then now you are in.
What kind of marriage?
Like when you leave the marriage, where you leave your home with your mother, the woman that gave birth to you.
I want us not to. These are late teachings. I'm going back. Remember, as I'm saying, Uri, all these things, I believe they occurred because a woman is trying to discover his full ability or capacity of what she can offer to this world. But the woman has brains. Everything has brains. It works. And everything happens in the brain. Before you can see it with your eyes, but everything happens in the brain. I believe so.
That's true.
You know? So, I believe the woman has brains too. And I have brains too. And the reason I have brains is because you have brains. And the reason I have brains is because everything else, it has brains. Especially everything that comes the way I come. I cannot speak of other things like the sun, the moon. I cannot speak of, but I can speak of animals, things that move mostly like us. I believe they have brains. They use their brains to do whatever that they do. So I'm saying a woman is also trying to discover herself. But I believe a woman believed that this creature, this is the only thing she believed that she can be used for, because it was necessity at that point in time, because that organisms or that feeling, the orgasm, that tremendous, can I say tremendous, that feeling. Brilliant feeling, that moment that she gets from this creature, it makes her to believe this is what this creature is for. And with the pleasure the creature gets from the woman, the male creature gets from the woman, they also believe this is what I'm here for. To
give this to this person.
To give this person
and get this feeling as
and
well.
Get
because
this feeling.
Ejaculation is also a tremendous feeling.
When you ejaculate, it's a beautiful feeling. When you completely ejaculating, I only felt that when I slept with my sister. That feeling, I got it when I slept with my sister. I've never had such a feeling in my whole life. I felt the monster in me that was calm and kind, that wanted to explode.
Yes, so?
I never felt like this in my life, but I felt it when I slept with my close blood. And she's my sister because we share the same father. And the worst part is that her father is my grandfather, and her father is grandfather to her supposedly, but it's our father. And she's also born from my sister. She's born. I just want to see how strong our blood is connected. And she's born. My grandfather and my mother come from the same womb. It's my mother's uncle. But my sister, excuse me, she's born of her grandfather, and her grandfather entering her own daughter. I believe it was like that though, because that was the only family that was available, and the male has been used for such activities. And the male got used to that in his memory, in his brains, and the male has been carrying this memory for some time. But the male has been showing that he also has some other abilities. He can use his hands. He can use his hands to do other things. Again, the woman has shown that ability, that he does not just carry children in her womb. He has other abilities. We find women in science. We find women building structures. We find men in those sort of fields too. We find these creatures almost producing, not just producing children, but producing other things, which tells us that they are carrying a brain that has so much ability to do other things except just to satisfy each other through sex intercourse.
Yeah.
So for so long, we've been dividing. The families have been breaking up because each individually they are just their own individually. This species that's carrying this memory of their own that they want to express to themselves. But the environment that all these creatures have been brought under, there's been old teachings, and those teachings they've been passed on in a sense that you need to stick by those teachings only. Then they had to suppress whatever other brains they had in their mind, whatever ideas. Others, they went away and they decided to move away from their families because they had to find themselves. Women did it, and also males did it. We found women taking their own families or going with their own husband because they find that this person is giving me something I believe I need, is giving me what I need, what my family do not. Let me move away from there. But when they get there, they also carry on with the same teachings that these children that they are raising, they also need to do the same as they did. So these practices have going on and going on. In some other families, I believe, this is my belief, this is my theory. But I'm willing to go deeper, and I am doing so, by the way. And I'm looking at this because it's still happening in this time that I am living. Because we've been here and we've been here, I don't know for how long. And we are all these species, and we've got our own brains. And we are all trying to contribute, and we are all contributing to this community or to this society or to this world. And I believe we are all just living in the memory. Because the memory it's our brains. Everything that we are carrying is in our brains. Everything that we know or everything that we still need to know, it will come through our brains. if all these species could be freed to express that, I believe this world might come at peace. Because there will be no longer any excuses of blaming it to someone that I'm like this because of so and so. Unconsciously we do it. We never said I'm like this because of my mother. Most of the time when we have things that makes us exciting, we thank our parents and suppress the things that they never, but we do not learn from those things that we suppressed, that let them also come out, let it be expressed. Everything as it expresses itself, when you stop it from that, you can get harmed. Except us, we keep on stopping each other from expressing ourselves. But we all have same brains. We suppress everything that is in our brains, that our brains is bringing it up. Because there's no one to follow. We all have been following. We've always been following. But we need to follow ourselves because we are all individual. I believe that a good leader is a person, or it's someone that teaches someone to lead themselves. It's my belief. If I can teach you to lead yourself so that you do not depend on me, you depend on yourself. Which is, I believe that this responsibility needs to be carried out. It needs to be given. So that you know that you are responsible of your actions. Of yourself. Because whatever that you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it to yourself. I believe so. So I'm saying we are the creatures that have never been given that chance. When I'm saying we have never been given that chance, by who? I have never been given that chance myself. And I believe even women, they've never given themselves that chance. We carried these old teachings that this is what we are only here for.
That's why you don't rest in peace.
Because there are things that you didn't express everything that was within you. Because you didn't see anyone doing it. So this thing of suppressing what you're feeling, it became a trend. Say unconsciously. No one wants to express. We were creatures that never spoke, but through our actions we did. But we were forced now to speak these things. Because
now we just speak.
Now we just speak what we do not do. But before, our actions used to speak for us. But today we speak, but our actions do not speak for us. Most of us, this is what we are doing. We had also to break the silence, because through our actions we learned that there are other things that are compromising our wellness of our living. Because we became uncomfortable with new things that were not common to us. We said these other ones, they should not express. But how come I shouldn't express myself when you had a chance to express yourself? When we began to give things names, this is how you speak, this is how you should act. How about you do what you feel? So that we deal with the truth. Because the truth is what a man and a woman needs. It's what sets a person free. When you know the truth, you deal with it. But when you don't know the truth, what are you dealing with? The world cannot be horny again until these things have been addressed. Because we breed to each other. If you're thinking you can run away and go somewhere else, it is following you. If it's there and it needs to be fixed, fix it. But if you're trying to do nothing and believing someone will fix it, it will stay in that way. And you will stay here. We're gonna be here for forever. So I need to play my part if I've learned my lesson. We have seen what this also has done to families. That along the way, people, they couldn't be with people that they wanted to be. Because they were already, because there were teachings now that suppresses the way people felt. You couldn't be with your cousin or you couldn't be with your brother because of the teachings, but that's how you felt. Now you had to create a new version of yourself in terms of how you should feel for somebody else that you do not feel for. Because now you need to have a husband and you have to have children. So now this expression, it became aggressive. It did not give calm to individually. But
what about those who don't have cousins?
Sorry?
What about those who don't have cousins?
We all come from the womb of the woman.
What about those who don't have cousins?
And we are all distant relatives. You always find people that you genuinely want to be with. But now, you cannot disappoint your mother, you cannot disappoint your father or your family. But the fact is that these people die and you are left in this world and you still have to raise these children. And now these children, they also grow that we cannot disappoint our mother and our father. When do we find time to discover our full self? Why we can't do what we feel? Because that is the truth. What you feel is what comes from within. Because you are feeling it.
It's an honest feeling.
It's an honest feeling. It's an innocent feeling. We need to give each other a chance. A woman needs to give themselves a chance. Men need to give themselves a chance. Because we are more than what we think we are. We are carrying this in our brains. It's in everyone's brains. It's there. We feel it each and every moment, each and every time, each and every day. But there is no place to express it because of the old teachings that are not relevant to you. I'm the one that is here. You are the one that is here. What can you do with something that happened yesterday? Because you need to deal with what is happening today.